The best opening for position and aggressiveness is the Vienna Gambit. It starts off with e4, then e5. The most common response. Knight to c3 to defend this pawn on e4. They're going to attack it with knight to f6, pawn to f4. They will most likely take our pawn because we are gonna go pawn to e5 and attack their knight. They cannot go here. They cannot go here, here, because of the queen and the knight. So they have to go back. And now all of their pieces are on the background. Knight to f3. If they go pawn to d6, that's alright. We are gonna go and support that pawn on e5 with pawn to d4. They will most likely take bishop to b5. They will go pawn to c6, blocking our bishop. We are gonna go back. Now, if they take our pawn on d4, attacking our knight, we are gonna go bishop to f4, and 4 of our pieces are developed. If they take our knight, we are gonna go bishop to f7. This is a sacrifice to our own bishop because when they take, this queen here is gonna take a free queen. That is a whole winning position. But what if they don't take, instead go here? We are still gonna check them, but with a queen. Because if you go here, they are gonna block it with a knight. We have to go here. If they go bishop here, this is a mate. They have to go king takes f7. And we are gonna go knight to e5. That is a check to the king. Why are we doing this? Because after king to e8, the knight will go here. This is a double attack to the king and the queen. And if the king moves, we will take their queen. And we will win the game. f6. Bishop to g5 is the way to go to sacrifice another piece yet again. Because if they take, this is a very unusual fork. Knight to f7 is a fork to the queen and the king. And they have to move their king. And we will take this queen. Now, folks, this trap is very venomous and very poisonous. And some of your opponents will literally just be destroyed by it. If they go pin us first, we unpin ourselves. And so what happens if they go back again because it's unpinned? Knight to f3. Then they go d6. They are gonna try to take our pawn out of the game because it is so annoying. But that is so bad. Knight to d5. If queen to e6, escaping the knight's attack, we will go fork them. The king and the queen and the rook. It's a triple fork. So if they go here, it's still nothing. Because we will still take. Because we don't care if they take back. Because when we take the pawn on d6, this attacks the queen and the king. And they have to move their king. And we will take their queen. And that is how you can dominate with the Vienna Gambit. Now, if they were to go knight to c6, no problem. We will just go and reinforce our pawn again with another pawn on e5. Because when they go pawn to d6, we will go knight to d5, attacking their queen yet again. And if they go here, we take. And again, if they take, it's the same plan. Because this here is attacking the queen and the king. They have to move their king. And we will take their queen. What? Bishop to c4. This is a much more formal line you can do. Aside from going here to check the king. So, if they take our pawn on d4, we take back the pawn on f4. And it's the same game plan without this pawn over here. So they will take back our knight. And this, we are gonna sacrifice yet again on f7. And this here, if they take, we would take back the queen on d1. If they go here, this is still nothing. But it is still something. They are forced to take our sacrifice bishop on f7. And when that happens, knight here, king will go here. Because if they go here, this is a discovered check. So they have to go here, right? Wrong. We sacrifice another piece. They take back. And again, this is again a fork. So there is really no choice. If we just go here or we just go here, it is your choice. There is knight to c6. Is take. And if they take back, we are just gonna shove them forward and steamroll their own knight. Because when they go back, there's nothing they can do. Because we pushed our pawn again and they cannot go here, here, here. So therefore they must go back. And so the game will just be like this. we have the main advantage of having more active pieces in the game, and the knight here is just grim. And what are we gonna do here is that if they go d6 and try to develop their own bishop because they cannot go here, and because this pawn is here on e5, well folks, we go bishop to c4. They take, we've castle, and this rook is eyeing on the f7 pawn, because later in the game, we have the most advantage to do here, to go knight to g5 and just obliterate that pawn, or even maybe checkmate this king. Now, if they were to go solidly, let's say pawn to d6, this right here is the second most popular move. Now, we will go knight to f3. What will happen is that they will go knight to c6, and we will go pin them with our bishop. Now, what will happen here is something very mischievous, because when they go here, the moment that we go pawn to d3 and they go bishop to e7 and developing their pieces, we take that knight on c6. And if they take back, this here, we take back, they will take back, and now we are gonna go knight to e5 to make a file for our rook in castling later on in the game. And so here is how you play the middle game when they go defensive from this position over here with pawn to d6. But what if they take the pawn on f4? Well folks, that is a different story, and we are gonna go here. Go and attack on the center. And after that, they might just go here. Defend this pawn. But if that happens, we will go knight to d5, trying to attack that pawn more. And if they go here, and we will sack the knight on g5. Because when they take, well folks, this is a sacrifice, because when they take, this is a very, very crazy part of checking the king and checking the queen, and after they move, we go here and take the queen, and they have a very wrecked position where they cannot castle their king, and their king is exposed, and the position is just unfair for them because the pawns are still in the center, and the bishop is gonna come. This bishop also is gonna come, and we are ready to castle over here and obliterate the king. So I will guarantee you that in this game you will win in this line. Folks, there is another line, because what if d5, the main line, happens? We take the pawn on e5, the correct move. They have to take the pawn on e4. That is the most accurate move. We are gonna go queen to e3 and not taking the knight, because when we take the knight, they take back. Well folks, that is wrong, because they are attacking this and we cannot go knight to f3. We cannot develop our knight and open up our pieces and castle there. So therefore, we have to go queen to f3. And when that happens, if they take, I recommend you to take with this pawn on c3, because after knight to c6, that solidifies our position of going pawn to d4 right here. This is a very strong pawn chain, where if they go here, we will go bishop to d3, and most likely they will castle here. And if they do castle there, well folks, it's game over for them. Because when we go knight to e2, these pieces are just gonna get this king wrecked. Because after pawn to f6, queen to h5, this bishop is pairing up with this queen right here. And as a matter of fact, this bishop is guarding these squares right here, and this bishop is guarding these squares and pairing up for an attack later on in the game with knight here. Most likely, you're also going to have this very good file, which would wreck the black king. Because once again, if you go queen to h5, pawn to g6, if you take the pawn on g6, sacrificing your own bishop, this right here is no escape, because if they go here, we will just castle patiently. And it's very disgusting, because when we castle peacefully, they go here sometimes, and we mate them. But folks, what if c6 happens? A very chill move. Because f4 right here, if they take, we will go knight to f3, and this is very, very gory for us, and very, very not good. Because they're gonna attack our knight, and they're gonna avalanche us with this check over here. So, I recommend you to not go there, but instead go here. You're exposing your king, because we are gonna go here in the long run. Magnus Carlsen actually did this, because when d6 happens, we will go knight to f3 attacking their queen. And if they go bishop to g4 pinning our knight, no problem, we will take the pawn on f4. Now we have more pieces developed than them, and their queen is kind of exposed already. And if they take our knight on f3, that is much worse, because we will go take their bishop with f3. We will go take with our king. Why are we exposing our king? Well, if they go knight to f6, pawn to g3, attacks the queen, they have to go queen to g4, and if that happens, they will take our, we will take back with the rook. And when this position happens, bishop to c4, we have a very good position. If they take the pawn on e4 in the center, we take back. They will go and fork us. This is nothing. This is nothing compared to the fact that we are gonna fork them, and if they take, we take back. If they take again right over here, we take their rook, and we're just winning. So this is a losing game for them, this position. So I think, folks, those are all the lines of the Vienna opening or Gambit. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe and like to motivate me to make more videos like this. See you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Yeah, see you in the next video. Peace out.